philosophy. I mean, it didn't reinvent the wheel, but it puts it into a formula for real estate professionals. And I followed it meticulously. I was exhausted for the first month because I was learning so much. I was concentrating so hard. And then I just got involved in the system, the process, scheduling my family first. Every Sunday we sit down, Sunday evening, and we schedule some time together. And that's non-negotiable. That's precious. That's first. Schedule a little something that I want to do for myself during the week. And then all of my appointments, priority-wise, come after that. And it changed my life, my mental health, my purpose, my drive. My life has improved in every single way. And I am Irish Catholic by default, but I tell you, Ninja is my religion and Larry Kendall is my God.
It is. What is the transaction that changed your life?
Wow, that's a great question. The transaction changed. I think it's the one that I'm currently negotiating. It's the biggest deal that I've done. And the clients are a board of directors and they're all family. I'm on the listing side. So it's extremely emotional sale. These folks have owned this property for very well-known property, very famous property. They've owned it for over 40 years. We are under contract. Subjects are removed in a few weeks' time, please God. And it's extraordinarily challenging, frustrating, exciting, all of the emotions. I tend to find I try not to look back unless to learn from a previous transaction. I try to improve. What could I have done better during that transaction, even if it went really, really well? I try to correct, not protect my behavior. I don't think there's a place for emotion in real estate when it comes to monitoring your skill set and improving upon that. So it does sound a little cheesy, but it's always the one that I'm in. That's the life-changing one, because I want to deliver the best service to that individual client, and they're all individual and they all have different needs. And that's what's so challenging and so rewarding about this business, is meeting the needs of each individual client, tailoring your process to their wants and needs. So this one that I'm currently negotiating, and then after that we'll celebrate. It'll be wonderful. It's a very big deal. Commission is life-changing on it. But after that, if I'm doing a one-bed condo for a first-time buyer, that's going to be the most important deal I've ever done, because it's somebody's savings. It's their getting them onto the property ladder, and the dignity that they feel, the excitement that they feel. It's beautiful to be a part of that with somebody and helping them build wealth through real estate is a gift.
What is the normal length of an escrow in Canada? And did you guys require an attorney's review of your documents?
No, we don't have escrow. So essentially we have property goes on the market, then it goes under contract. So it might be conditional. So if it's conditional, then there's, property inspection or whatever is required. Sometimes it's unconditional. In this market, it pretty much is unconditional when it comes to single family dwellings. Our demand way exceeds our supply. It goes under contract, and then we have a firm deal or an unconditional sale. And then there's a period between the unconditional sale and the completion. And the documents go to our conveyancers, that's Sotheby's, and they send them off to the lawyer or the notary. And that's how it's done here. And then completion occurs naturally.
Okay. In California, we use escrow, and escrow is in charge of communicating with the lender and the title company. Title company is the one that records the deal, but we don't normally use an attorney unless our clients want to use an attorney. Then we can go that route, but we don't require one.
Oh, we do, yeah. So a notary public.
Okay.
Or an attorney.
I love learning about different countries and even different states and the way they do things, because obviously when we have a client that comes from those expectations, it helps me figure out how to better help them. And I love that.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah. So I think I've just learned something really important there, Jaqueline. So for my US clients, I think perhaps when we meet, it might be a good idea to chat with them about, I always talk about how real estate works in BC in terms of agency and whatnot. It might be a good idea to have a chat with them about the difference in the process. and maybe dive a little deeper into that rather than just glance over it, because I think I found I have a newfound appreciation for the difference and the nuances of how each system works.
And like every state requires different things, so our expectations are completely different. Even spoken to people within the United States where they require an attorney. New York requires an attorney, and it takes forever to get all of that done. We don't. So it's definitely, I think it just helps us to figure out where they're coming from. Even when somebody moves into California from, let's say, Texas, who comes with big land, lots of acres, and they pay $300,000. Well, that's not going to happen where I live, you know? So managing expectations, it's very important.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Christine, what is the most valuable skill a real estate advisor should have?
Hands down, empathy. The ability to empathize with others, not necessarily sympathize, but empathy is huge. It's what keeps things on the rails, as far as I'm concerned. When it's about me, I don't do as good a job. When I can see the situation from someone else's perspective, it strengthens that relationship and it moves things forward in a collaborative way.
I think the moment the agent starts thinking I, myself, and me in a relationship, in a transactional relationship, they're in trouble because they're not looking after their clients.
Absolutely. Flexing is not a good thing, and it's and I'm talking about when you're dealing with the other agent as well. If they're, defensive or rude or whatnot, I try to neutralize that, and I don't see that as a sign of weakness. I mean, sometimes it is perceived that way by the other side, and that's okay, because that's not how I see it. My negotiations experience at Greater Victoria Labour Relations Association. So when I first moved here, before I went into real estate, I worked as a junior negotiator paralegal at the GVLRA, which is a bit of a mouthful. We bargained collective agreements on behalf of municipal employers. So we advocated for the taxpayer. And I did enjoy that, but I'm a woman of an entrepreneurial spirit, and that was would have been a long slog getting to the top there, 20 plus years, and I don't have that much patience. But in any event, the time that I was there was very valuable, and I learned a lot. We had Gary Moser, who's the number one negotiator in BC, if not Canada. I sat beside him and I watched and listened and absorbed every single word, every gesture that he uttered. He never lost his cool. He never lost his manners. He never lost his empathy for the other side. But boy, oh boy, did he always get the best deal for the taxpayer. It was an incredible lesson.
So is that where your certified negotiation expert title comes from? Designation?
No, it doesn't come from that, unfortunately. But it's Suze Cummins. She runs the nature of real estate here in Canada, and negotiations have always been something that I've been hugely interested in since my time at the law firm. My boss there was a very decent blue-collar man who was a wonderful legal mind and a very down-to-earth person, and negotiated in a very real and empathetic way. So I've been so fortunate to have had these people and these inspirations in my life. So I wanted to formally train in negotiation, and it was recommended to me that I go to Suze Cummins, the nature of real estate here in Canada, and she runs a CNE, Certified Negotiation Expert course. It's an intensive course, and there is a test. She doesn't just hand out the certificate willy-nilly. She's strict, and boy, oh boy, she's some operator. I really enjoy her. She's an incredible lady, and I'm signed up to do her master's course now as well. I'm going to do that in the fall. So Senior Vice President of Sales and hopefully Master Negotiator as well before Christmas. That's part of the goal for the autumn, for the fall.
Those are some beautiful goals. Yeah, you have to learn. If you are not learning, I think you're dead.
Yeah.
The day when you say
Inside,
I'm done
anyway.
learning, then you might as well pick up a coffin and just check out. And
that's
just completely leave this earth, because if you're not learning, you're not doing anything for yourself or for others. Yeah. Christine, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about you and your real estate knowledge. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I'm sure people just want to get back to their lives and not listen to the ramblings of an Irish woman. But I just want to send out a blessing to everybody that's listening and who's taken time out of their busy, busy day, their busy lives to listen the whole way through. Fair play to you. But also to wish everybody a blessed last quarter and health and happiness. And to you, Jack, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a guest on your podcast and to get to know you. It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're thinking of buying real estate in any part of the world, reach out.